What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi, and in this video I'm going to unbox the Infinix S3X. The smartphone is made in India and it is also manufactured in India, as it's written here at the back of the device. The phone comes at around 10,000 rupees. It has a 6.19 inch display which has HD plus resolution. It's a notch display, as you will see. It's made on the box as well, and it has dual cameras at the back. There's face unlock and fingerprint unlock on the phone. There's 4000 mAh battery, and there's a 16 megapixel selfie camera as well. I'll tell you the full specs of the phone, but let's quickly first take it out of the box and take a look at the smartphone. So the box, as you will see, is quite big, and let me pull off the seals at the bottom and the top, and let me pull out the phone. So it uses a Qualcomm chipset, which is getting quite rare to find in this price segment. So okay, it has cover on the display which is quite blingy. Let me take that off, and at the back also let me take the cover off and take a look at the design. It's not really glass at the back, and it's more like plastic, clear plastic that we have seen on many other phones like the Realme 2 and the Realme 2 Pro. And there is a notch at the top, as you will see. It houses the front camera, the earpiece, and a selfie flash as well. Let's keep it aside and take a look at the other box contents. So first up we have a box. The box has a cover securely put inside, and there's also a screen guard, slight grayish shade, and it's bendable, it's not a hard one. Next there is a warranty card, and there's also a quick start guide. Moving on, you get a micro USB cable in the box, which is differently made compared to most phones in this price segment. It has a rectangular cable, and you'll see it's made of good quality and is also quite good in length. Next thing is a travel adapter that has 2 amperes of output rating, and it's a 10-watt adapter. Not really a fast charger, but would charge the smartphone faster than a 5-watt adapter. You also get a SIM ejector tool inside the box. So let's keep everything aside and take a look at the smartphone. First, I'd like to pull out the SIM slots and take a look at the SIM support. So it's a triple slot tray. You can add 2 SIM cards and a micro SD to expand the storage. Then at the back you get a fingerprint scanner, which is squarish in shape. At the top you get a 3.5 mm headphone jack, and at the bottom you get a speaker grill, a micro USB port, and the primary mic. In fact, it's the only mic available on the smartphone. On the right you see volume and lock keys. They have very tactile feedback and are quite nicely done. The overall bezels on the phone are not very thin, although the side bezels are quite receded. There is a chin nonetheless, which is not very thin, but otherwise the phone looks quite handy, and it's quite lightweight as well. Though it may not be very usable comfortably with one hand, but it's overall an ergonomic smartphone for almost 6.2 inch display. Let me set up the phone and you take a look at the full specs of the Infinix S3X. So the S3X runs the X OS, which is the company's own operating system, and it's put over the Android 8 OREO. And this is how the interface looks like. You have an app drawer, the layout of which I think can be changed. There is the drop down menu on the top, which has a very similar feel as the Oppo's Color OS, having a green and white color scheme. If you take a look at the third party apps, there are a lot of them. So the phone really comes pre-installed with a lot of apps. The display on the phone is quite bright, and it does include an auto brightness sensor, so it adapts to the ambient light conditions, which is quite nice. And if you take a look at the settings menu, we'll check the Android version that the phone runs. So the phone does run the Android 8.1 OREO and the security patch level is September 1, which is quite recent. So navigation gestures on the phone are not really like what you get on Android smartphones like the OnePlus 6, or which are very similar to what you get on the iPhones. You have to swipe from the right to go back, swipe from the middle to go to the home screen, and swipe from the left to get the recent apps. So it literally replaces the on-screen keys, and you need to maintain the position of swiping to get the work done. Anyways, if you take a look at the face unlock and fingerprint unlock speeds, you'll see that it's quite decent. The face unlock works pretty well. It's not very fast and does take a moment to unlock the smartphone, and so is the case with the fingerprint scanner. You'll see it takes a moment to get to the home screen, though it's not very slow, but it's not lightning fast either. Something like what we have seen on the Redmi smartphones, they do have much faster fingerprint scanners. So the speakers on the device are quite loud, but they're not of very good quality. But the display, as you'll see, does have good color reproduction. They are very close to the accurate ones, but I have to say the brightness levels of the screen are very amazing and gives a very good picture quality even at 720p resolution. You also see that the viewing angles on the smartphones are pretty nice, though it's probably a glossy panel, so you do get reflections, but it does maintain a good level of viewability. The phone has 19:9 aspect ratio, so you do get a lot of screen area on the device. But one thing to note is that when you zoom in to fill the screen, the notch still intrudes the display and it's not optimized in the software. Anyways, the display has very sharp color reproduction. The black levels are pretty amazing, and you do get very impressive 720p panel on the Infinix S3X. Coming to the cameras, let's first take a look at the front camera on the device. You get a selfie camera that has 16 megapixel resolution, and the overall picture quality looks slightly over processed, but the details nonetheless are quite nice. Even against light, it captures quite a good photo. And let me also use the front flash to take a selfie again. So the phone comes with a front flash, which helps you in situations which has a lot of background light or in low light situations. You'll see the details are preserved, the skin tones are also nicely preserved, and overall you get a good picture quality on the front camera. Let's now check the rear camera photos we took from the phone. So overall, the Infinix S3X appears to be a very nice smartphone, especially if you talk about the display and the camera quality on the device. Though I'm not really impressed with the interface. It has a lot of third-party apps, features, and a lot of options are not really done nicely or may appear confusing. Although for now, the phone appears to be quite fast. Let us know what you think about the Infinix S3X in the comment section below, and if you have anything to ask about the phone, also write us in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.